Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Credit to the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm hanging out with Mike,
hello,
Claire,
hey,
and Pete.
Hello.
This is our spin-off show where we find what we tell you what we found on the internet this week that defines the world of weird for that particular week, or is just interesting or macabre. We bring it to you in a simple to easily digest format in a list. It's Weekly Weird News. Let's crack on. Ex-carper exposed Jimmy Savile looking to bring down untouchable sex offender.
Now, for those who don't know Jimmy Savile,
I think everyone knows Jimmy Savile, but go on.
in this country they do. I don't know how far worldly widespread it is. He was a very, very popular TV personality. Also, very, very, very good friends with Prince Charles. Now King Charles. He wasn't King Charles at the time. Did a lot for charity, for children's hospitals. At the same time, raping all the kids. Basically, in a nutshell, he was a dirty, dirty, dirty bastard who died at a very old age, and then as soon as he died, it came out that he was a dirty pedo.
See our Christmas special.
After many of allegations were hidden away and shoved under the carpet for years and years and years, because he was such a prominent member of society.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, the former police detective who exposed Jimmy Savile says he is working on bringing down another, quote, very significant and untouchable sex offender, end quote, 10 years after the infamous DJ's death. Mark Williams Thomas outed Savile in his award-winning film in October 2012, which shook the entertainment industry and prompted the Met Police to launch Operation U-Tree.
Yeah, he wasn't the only one, was he?
No, he was not. His revelations led to the arrests of 19 people and eventual imprisonment of 7 of them. According to reports, a retired detective and child protection expert has a similar bombshell about another high-profile person. Speaking to the newspaper, he said, quote, there are still people out there who are untouchable. There is one very significant person who I've done everything to try and get prosecuted because he is clearly a child sex offender. And to date, the CPS won't prosecute. The police and I have tried really hard to get there. He will die in due course, and then the floodgates will open in the same way they did with Savile. That's not right, but just it takes many different forms.
They're protected, aren't they?
Of course. I'm still on the quote here. The truth is, no broadcaster would have done a programme about Savile when he was alive. We live in a society where there are some people you can't take on, and that's really sad. Ending the quote.
Really sick is what it is.
It is. It's disgusting.
I don't think it'd happen nowadays, would it?
It's easy. It's
It's happening now, yeah. I wonder it is.
This is what he's saying. He's about to expose somebody else, hopefully.
Somebody old, because he says he's going to die soon.
It's probably that bloody
Well,
Lord.
It doesn't say he's going to die soon. It says
He will
he's
die in due
inevitably
course,
he's going to die, and then when that happens...
But do you remember there's that Lord who was had up on child sex offences?
Lord Jenner.
And they said, oh no, he's got Alzheimer's, and they used that excuse twice.
Yeah. Yeah, either they die or before it comes out. If it comes out when they're alive, they got Alzheimer's, so they can't testify.
Dirty bastards.
So, I mean...
That's the elites that rule us, mate. They're sick fucks.
Yeah.
They protect each other. Look at fucking Prince Andrew.
Yeah.
It's disgusting and tragic in equal measure. What can you say?
It doesn't surprise me that they're covering it up again.
Exactly, they
Just
look
gonna
after
keep
each other.
happening, isn't
It's
it?
the old school tie network. Oh, you went to school with so-and-so's brother, you're a judge now, let him off. Don't push it further. You're in the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service.
Yeah. If he's a judge, he's probably covered up crimes for his mates, and they're backing him on this now.
Yeah, that's the country we live in. Shit. We're not the only ones. It's in every country too.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes I do think that Ike's got a point. Not about the reptilians, but certainly about the child paedophilia ring in government.
That's the one part of him I respect.
You know, it's
I'm with him on about 90%. It's the last 10% with the
reptilians.
Yeah,
You're not down with the reptilians?
Well, let's
what
see
kind of
evidence.
madman are you?
Not just what some shaman in Africa told him, which is what he's going on. That's his evidence.
It is, isn't it? What's his name?
Credo Mutwa.
Credo Mutwa, yeah. He's an African witch doctor.
That said this is happening. That's his evidence. So that's not good enough for me.
No.
But the rest of it, yeah, you can see that the evidence is out there. They do cover these things up time and time again.
Alright, Alan Hansen.
My friends met him at one of the marches against paedophiles and that a year ago. Selfies with him.
And his stuff about the banking crash also is spot on. His stuff about the economy is also, you're like, you know what, yeah, it's right. It's against what we've been told, but he's right. That's the issue. When we had the banking crash, it was all, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it now, the economics, where every 10 quid they get, they lend out 9 of it.
Fractional reserve banking.
Fractional reserve banking, so they haven't got the funds, if people can't afford to pay, they haven't got the funds to recoup.
Yeah.
For every 10 quid they've lent out 9, they've only got a pound there, they're lending money they haven't got. It's bad, but again, off the topic slightly, if this is happening, he's got another significant figure that can be brought down. Bring him down. You know, don't protect him, but that's...
It's a crime prosecution service.
Exactly, who they work for, the Royal Family.
Yeah.
Who's Prince Andy? From the Royal Family. It's all coming together.
What he needs to do is he needs to leak it onto social media or something.
Well, I don't think he can
I don't think he can legally, no. That's why little Tommy Robinson got in trouble, wasn't he? He was trying to film the trial. You can't leak stuff like that.
It's going to harm the...
Harms the defence,
Yeah.
harms the prosecution.
It's fucking bullshit, really.
It is
Because
bullshit,
How
but
does it harm them? It
The
doesn't
legal
in any way,
system,
shape or
the legal
form.
system hasn't caught up with technology.
No, it is still old, isn't it?
It is.
But then again, you know...
But you shouldn't be doing it anyway.
No.
It can disrupt things, and you need a fair and unbiased trial. That's what we're all entitled to.
And these are allegations. I mean, he's saying that he's got evidence.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But it's to stop people with allegations.
You're not
randomly
guilty
accusing
until
people.
proven guilty,
Yeah.
are you, at the end of the day?
That's it.
Yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty, but there's no smoke without fire.
And more than likely, he's spot on, so...
Moving on.
Yep.
More than 1 in 10 Brits masturbate during work hours.
I've never thought about it.
Is that unemployed people, though?
No,
masturbating all
this
day.
is workers
They're actually in work having a wank.
in work
What
hours.
about that MP that was caught through the IP address and like looking at porn in the
House of Commons?
Tractors. He's looking at a tractor website to start with.
But I suppose, if you think about it, right, how many of the UK's workforce are your young, teenage, early 20s? They're horny as fuck at that age. So that doesn't surprise me. I used to wank when I was in the army, in the toilet, so I'd have been work hours, but you couldn't do it anywhere else. You'd have to go in the toilet cubicle and have a quick fucking wank, and you'd have your mate next door going, "Are you having a wank?" "No." "There you are, dirty bastard, I can hear it. Hey, Mitchell's having a wank."
That just put me off my stride.
Or whoever.
I just kill it for me.
Well, yeah, it would. That's why they'd do it, because they'd know they caught you. Like, I'm going to stop him. I hope you're not on the vinegar stroke. But no, I can imagine. Yeah.
What about that journalist in America that was doing a Skype thing, wasn't he?
Oh, the
Jetting
Teams.
tubing.
Yeah.
And during the Skype call, he thought he was off. He just started wanking. And it's caught on camera and everything.
That's hilarious.
The office meeting. Terrible.
I mean, time and a place, you know.
Yeah.
Go on, Mike.
But, you know, that's it really. It's just they've interviewed 2,000 people. More than 1 in 10, 14% Brits have masturbated at work, which has gone up to over a fifth, 22% of all men.
Interestingly, it's a higher wage bracket, more likely you are to wank. I guess that's a pressure thing.
Or you're that happy at work. It's, I'm going to have a wank.
Probably you're the boss as well, so you
Yeah.
probably get away with
I was
it.
thinking.
Yeah, you got your own bathroom.
I'm earning lots of money. I'm going to have a wank.
As long as it's...
I've
Look,
got a
man,
hell of a view from this office.
You
Let's
got-
have a wank.
if you got a break and you're going into privacy of a
The
cubicle,
full
why not?
wank's on company time, Mike. The full wank's on your own time.
Yeah, get paid for it, man.
You get paid for it. It's like having a shit. Come on. Only the fool craps on company time.
Yeah, but
Only the fool wanks on company time.
if you give that advice, some people might get fired, mightn't they? But if it's well, they might get fired anyway for wanking at work. But I don't know.
Make sure the toilet's got a lock on it.
How come you go to the toilet every half an hour for like 15-20 minutes at a time? Dunno.
Genuinely,
Why are you walking with a limp all of a sudden?
we had a chap where I used to work who would disappear for like half an hour. He'd get up to date on all his picking and he'd fuck off for half an hour. And he'd go and have his morning dump, right? But after his morning dump, his OCD meant he had to have a shower, so he'd use the staff shower. He'd be gone for half an hour at a time. And he got away with it for 3 or 4 years. Until like, where's Thomas gone? I think he was a Polish guy, Thomas. Weird chap. Had a tattoo of himself wearing a crown on his back.
Sounds like something you'd have.
He genuinely had this really great portrait of like neck, head, and him wearing this battered, bejeweled crown on his shoulder blade. It was
He's not a narcissist, is he?
No,
Weird.
strange guy, like I say, but harmless. And he got away for like 3 or 4 years until like, where's Thomas gone? He's like, he's come for a shower. What should be? He's gone for a shower. Well, he's gone for his morning dump and then he goes and has a shower. Everyone knew he was doing it, but no one crashed him up.
How can you say if you've got that kind of OCD issue and there is a shower available? How can you kind of argue against that as a manager? You've got to be sympathetic.
They fired him for it.
They're taking half an hour out
Mental
of you.
health.
You're getting paid, aren't you?
But they have to take into account.
I know, but
people's
he's still
mental
defrauding the
health.
company. Went off to Clair, innit? That's why they fired him. It's gross misconduct. He's defrauding the company.
Yeah, if he'd have asked for a reasonable adjustment in the first place, they might have been like, yeah, we can, but 15 minutes.
But remember, things have come a long way. We're talking, this is probably 8 years ago. Things have come a long way in even 8 years.
Yeah.
It would be different now. So I've just done a mental health course, and things like that have to be taken. OCD, things like that have to be taken into account.
Yeah, I can fully believe it.
Good.
Moving on. Texas mom warns watching Hocus Pocus 2 could open
Oh,
the
for
gates of
fuck.
hell.
Oh my god.
I love a Christian mom.
Open the gates of hell. Seriously, by watching. I've watched it and no gates of hell have opened. My kids have watched it 3 or 4 times already. My
You wouldn't
daughter's
know-
been singing the songs for
You
fuck's
wouldn't
sake.
know it's been opened, Pete. It's insidious. It will.
My daughter's been doing the incantation.
There you
that
go.
we do.
She's been taught Satanism. That's what that says. Which is exactly what she's saying or trying to say.
I thought the gate to hell were in Hull.
Yeah, not far off.
So Jamie Gooch,
Gooch.
33 from Troy, has warned parents not to let their children watch the long-awaited Halloween movie sequel, which premiered on Disney Plus on September the 3rd.
Well, it's a bit late. It's been out for a week now. All kids that have wanted to watch it have watched it already 3 or 4 times.
Probably. The mother of 3 has claimed that the movie, which stars Sarah Jessica Parker, Bette Midler and Kathy Najimy...
I guess so.
Yeah.
I've no idea actually.
Will unleash hell on your kids in your home. In an interview with local news station, I sounded like a joy. My name is Earl, didn't I?
A little bit, yeah. Can you do it for the next quote?
The whole movie is based on witches harvesting children for their blood sacrifices.
Oh wow!
Gooch said, seemingly on the verge of tears. It grieves me at the thought of exposing our kids to the darkness.
Very good.
Okay,
good,
that'll
yeah.
do now. The original flick follows the Sanderson sisters, Wilfred, Mary and Sarah, who accidentally...
Winifred, not Wilfred.
Whatever. So Gooch has also said, do not watch this film. Everybody thinks it's fake and innocent, but they could be casting any types of spell that they want, and could be anything coming through the TV screen into your home.
For fuck's sake, these people are fucking thick or what?
Gooch says, I love everything to do with the house and home, and I love creating a safe environment for my family and friends to come into. I believe everything starts here. It all starts at home. She said, adding, beware and beware of what they're bringing into our homes.
So, come on,
It's a bit OTT, in it?
Yeah. This is what kind of bugs me with modern day society. It's like, oh, just fucking get over it. It's a film. If you don't like it, don't watch it.
Can I just say, does anybody else think Sarah Jessica Parker is actually really hot as the witch?
I've always was the hottest role.
I've never quite liked Jessica Parker. I've never really thought she was hot at all. She always looked a bit horsey, like, I don't know, a bit...
I thought she was quite an attractive woman, but she's not. I always thought she looked better as the witch in Hocus Pocus.
That's what I mean.
Sex and the City.
She looks better as a Sanderson sister than in anything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Maybe
very
not.
ridiculous. Good film, actually. I enjoyed the film. If
Yeah.
anybody else hasn't watched
No, I
it,
haven't seen
yeah,
it.
watch
Not
it. If you
really.
like the first one, you like that
It's
one.
not really my cup of tea. But
It's not my cup of tea.
afraid not.
Oh, goody, the TikTok time traveller.
Yep, he's back.
Time traveller claims real life purge will start around the world next year. The TikTok user at Time Voyaging, who claims to be a real life time traveller, like a lot of people on TikTok, has claimed there'll be a worldwide purge next year, but their followers are divided because they're idiots. A TikTok user who claims to be a time traveller has given warnings about 5 major events they believe are coming between now and the beginning of 2023. Amongst these events posted by at Time Voyaging were claims from the discovery of T-Rex eggs and dragons to a worldwide purge.
T-Rex.
So you got 10,200 likes. That's crap. October 3rd, 2022. A group of 5 teenagers, the famous 5 presumably, discover a T-Rex egg and a device to other universes just launched together, I presume.
Well,
Well,
we're recording on October the 8th. That was 5 days ago. I haven't heard that.
No, that wasn't that. Well, unless it's been covered up by the government, Mike.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, so that one's clearly not happened,
Unless it's been covered up by the government.
unless it's been covered up by the government.
October 30th, 2022, a very large UFO will land near Area 51 containing an alien species.
That's only a few weeks away, so we'll look out for that.
Yeah. November 20th, 2022, dragons are discovered in the high mountains of Mexico.
Let's watch it.
Okay.
December 10th, 2022, Biden is removed from office due to health issues and Kamala Harris assumes the position.
I can believe
Assume the position, Kamala.
I can believe that
Yeah, that's
one.
believable.
but-
You know what? That's half believable. January 1st, 2023, Illinois passes the first law that would lead to the global purge.
Purge.
I'm guessing, is that based on the film The
Must be.
Purge?
I'm guessing
Where
so.
all crime is legal for one night, so basically everyone goes out and murders anybody they want to, and they can get away with it.
Man, I do.
I believe that's the main principle of
Yeah.
that. I've not watched it, but... And the reason I've not watched it is because the principle of it is just nonsense.
So what do you reckon?
I think they're full of shit.
Well, we'll see, won't we, within a few weeks.
We've already said they got the first one wrong, unless it was called up by the government.
Unless it just hasn't come out yet, because
I
everyone
mean,
makes a
but
bit
surely if we find dragons are about, then we're going to lead into a rain of fire scenario.
Yeah.
We won't need the... what comes after the dragons?
The aliens landed.
Unless the aliens are going to help us against the dragons, or
Maybe.
come in to mop up the remainders.
No one's noticed dragons in the hills of Mexico. It's
Until now.
ridiculous.
Until now.
until they like...
Well, they've obviously coming back. They've been asleep for thousands of years, Mike.
Could be.
So what's that, 20th of November? Remember that date, 20th of November.
We've done these TikTok time travellers before, and they never tell you when it has happened, do they? They always just tell you
Well, no, because it never happens. You never see it in the news. It's bollocks. isn't it?
Remember the 20th of November. Dragons, T-Rex and Spock. There we
I like that.
go. That was a play on an old poem
Well,
for
it's-
Guy Fawkes, who tried to blow up Parliament.
Yeah, V for Vendetta, man.
Yeah.
Right, well, there we go. So if we do our Christmas episode this year, then we know that none of that has happened.
Yeah.
Mike hasn't launched himself out of a helicopter holding a giant battle axe covered in woad tattoos, shirtless and screaming as he attempts to behead a bull dragon. While me, Pete and Claire watch on.
You'll all be thankful of Pretoria. Our own little protection.
Who's going to be protecting the scorching us from the sky? Oh, we're made of volcanic rock.
We're made of volcanic rock, which we've now created into huts and things.
Yeah.
Mate. Badass.
It's already melted, hasn't it?
So Pretoria.
It might get a bit toasty inside, though.
There's even more reason for Pretoria then. Okay, Pretoria it is.
All right, well,
That might be a reference to the last episode that we recorded.
Yeah, so yeah.
although they hear this first, won't
No.
they?
We understand this joke, you might not.
If you listen to the last episode, you'll understand.
Yeah.
Brits are digging up graves to flog human skulls on Facebook as Ouija board pieces.
What?
Oh, I wonder how much they are.
Wow, times are tough.
A massive, unregulated market for human remains exists on social media platforms with body parts from adults, children, babies and fetuses already available to buy online.
Wow. I'm a little bit speechless, actually. For once in my life.
Yep, some human bones are reportedly turned into pieces for Ouija boards and flogged on Facebook and Instagram. Skulls pierced with nails and emblazoned with slogans such as "Kill me" are also being sold. The two-part investigation by Live Science found that the remains of adults, children, babies and fetuses are already available to buy online. It found 50 sellers of the macabre items in England and Wales from 2020 to 2022, some offering skulls in private Facebook groups and others flogging remains on public pages associated with antiques, oddities and taxidermy businesses.
Oh, the human
Now,
skull.
I'm down for the human skull in the top hat.
Yeah.
Right, I'm fine with that.
But with the spikes in it.
With the sort of pinhead-looking spikes sticking through it and "Kill me" written.
And a lamp stuck inside
It's
it.
a badass lamp though.
It's
isn't
a badass lamp. It's not my cup of tea. And I prefer the skull with the top hat or the jester hat. Yes, that I'd have. And I want an anatomical skeleton in the front room. I've decided I want
Let's have a
one.
look on the black market then for you.
You might as well.
Yeah, most of the items for sale appear to be medical or anatomical specimens, but a lot of it is grave robbing.
Wow.
And we've seen an increase in vandalism to churchyards, says an osteologist and paleopathologist at the University of Cambridge.
So as they're going up in price, people are getting more skint. They're just like, oh,
Yeah.
let's dig this up.
Well, it's just going
Well,
to turn
there's-
into the old grave diggers that.
Randall and Hopkirk. No, that's not Randall and Hopkirk. That was the detective show.
I can't think what the bloody name
What
is.
was the ghost though?
Oh, what was
Burke
it?
and Hare.
Burke and Hare.
It sounded like the start of a Burke and Hare fucking story.
Look,
that.
there's demand and there's not enough supply.
So then soon people will just be killing people and then like melting all their.
There's enough graves in the.
Well, yeah, there is, but
We don't need fresh bodies, remember? We just want the skulls and body and
yeah.
bones.
But now this has been brought to light. There's going to be more security around graveyards, probably.
I doubt
So
it.
then people start just killing people. It's easier.
I doubt it. I don't think good Dawley graveyard's gonna have a copper stood outside it 24/7 looking for people grave robbing.
CCTV, wouldn't you?
Well, even
Well,
so,
this is
it's
it, though. There's going to be some form of
mate.
protection.
There's loads of CCTV about, and there's very little of it monitored 24/7.
I'm going to donate my bones to...
Doesn't need to be, does it? Once the
Facebook.
crime's been committed, you go back.
Well, you do, but you know, you
So
screw
you-
yourself up.
It's work, isn't it?
Claire's going to donate her bones to Facebook sales.
Yeah.
Well, one popular seller named Henry Scragg listed items such as black-stained human skulls with iron nails for teeth, human bone wind chimes, human bone Ouija board pieces, and wallets crafted from human skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go for the wind
Weird.
chimes.
I wouldn't mind a bit of human leather wallet or something. That'd be quite cool.
sounds-
I'd quite like the Ouija board pieces.
I am joking. I would not like that.
I would. I'd like the Ouija board piece as a made of human
Decor.
bone as decor. I wouldn't use it. Not because of any superstition reasons, just I think Ouija boards are shit. But it'd be a cool little decor piece having a Ouija board and the planchette made of framed with human bone. Wouldn't it? I mean, That's kind of cool, isn't it?
That would heighten the atmosphere, wouldn't
Certainly would.
It's kind of satanic, yeah.
We were in agreement there.
No.
You'd have one. Would you have one in your
Let's
house?
just get the one from Pound Shop.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'd rather just get a plastic one from Pound Shop.
Oh hell, I want a real human bone now.
No.
Well, go on Facebook, you might find it.
I might do.
I might go look for that lamp with the top hat.
Yeah.
Who knows what curses you may have upon it?
There's no such thing as curses.
You never know.
I do.
How?
They don't work, do they?
You've never seen one, is that
A
why?
curse. I mean, it's
I
just
see a curse.
curse of Tutankhamun.
You've never
It can all be
seen, like,
explained. It's
You've
just.
never seen proof of a curse, have you? So
Well, I've never seen.
I bet you've never seen a porcupine in the wild, but they do exist.
I've seen it on Richard Attenborough. Never seen a curse on there.
Why was a porcupine on Richard Attenborough? Was that his head?
David Attenborough.
David Attenborough. David Attenborough, not Richard Attenborough.
Yeah.
Yes, he had one at Jurassic Park. It was 16 feet tall.
I've made a giant porcupine.
All right.
Okay, moving on. Final story.
So, black mutant frogs spawning near Chernobyl nuclear plant 36 years after the explosion.
Hell comes to Frogtown.
It's literally how comes the front down, yeah.
It's happening.
Okay, so yeah, the effects of Chernobyl power plant meltdown in 1986 are still being felt today, after a new scientific study has claimed that black mutant frogs are now being found near the area. These mutant frogs have got 6 legs, they're 7 feet tall, and have 4 up. What? No, I'm joking. The explosion at the site saw the largest ever release of radioactive nuclear material. We know all of this. I want to know about the frogs. Where's the frogs bit? So, basically, lead researcher German Arizola said, "We became aware of these frogs the very first night we worked in Chernobyl."
Alright, Governor, these come out of the woodwork. Like,
All right, Governor. The little top hats.
with a mutant frogs.
So we were looking for the species near the damaged power plant, and we detected many frogs that were just black. We know that the melanin is responsible for the dark
Melanine. Melatonin, melanine.
Alright. Sorry. We know that melanin is responsible for the dark or black colour in many organisms, including frogs. At the same
That's a
time,
coloration.
yeah, I'm not reading that word. At the same time, we know that the melanin protects from the damage caused by different types of radiation, from UV to ionising radiation, kind of Chernobyl. So over time, 10 to 12 generations of frogs have passed since the accident. This would result in these black frogs being predominant within the exclusion zone.
Wow, that was
So-
a black frog.
Yeah, so it's nothing particularly exciting other than the fact that they're black.
Well, it shows that they're still leaking radiation, there's nothing else.
And they have bright green shits.
Yeah.
Glowing green shits. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
But no, it shows that it's still leaking, doesn't it?
It also shows maybe the resilience of the frogs. The fact
And the fact they've evolved to do that, you're
they've
absolutely right.
evolved to kind of live with it and crack on.
So what you're saying, if the people were still in Chernobyl, they would turn black?
Well, not necessarily black.
No, we
but
die
it
of
might
radiation poisoning and go become genetic freaks.
But it might have changed the genetics in them, so it could have changed the colour of their skin, or it could have changed the colour of their hair.
Over 10 to 12 generations of humans, maybe.
Well, you might have like you kind of.
That's a long time, isn't it? 10 to 12 generations.
Yeah.
Children of the Corn style. They're all like being like super blonde with blue eyes or something.
No,
it could be
that's
something like that.
That's bloody. That's Children of the Corn. That's Village of the Damned.
And Children of the Corn.
Isn't it Children of the Corn as well?
Children of the Corn. They're all little blonde.
In
weirdos.
Village of the Damned, they're all little blonde
Yeah,
kids with
yeah.
blue eyes. That's
Yeah, it's
Village
been
of-
used a few times, mate. that
Christopher
one has.
Reeves and Kirstie Alley in the film.
It has been used a couple of times, a few times.
Children of the Corn.
No.
They're all blonde little weirdos.
All right, okay.
All I know is that in 10 years' time there's going to be mutant frogs
Well,
with machine
took,
guns.
it only took 10 years for that mutation in the film, didn't it?
Let's
So,
hope.
yeah,
Let's hope
above
we
that.
all. Let's hope that us three, well, and Claire, stays fertile.
That's my fertility, mate, that's it. It's shut up shop.
It's starting to wither away, man. She's nearly 40.
Oh, and that.
My prime!
She was one of the nurses in the feminist organisation or government.
Yeah. I am the government.
Claire is the government, and we're just like, oh man.
Sex slaves for all the lucky women that are still fertile.
If we're fertile.
Oh, I will be, definitely. I'll make sure.
It's nuclear war, Pete.
I'll make sure.
There's a lot of radiation there,
I'm
mate.
going to get myself an iron chastity belt on just to make sure.
A lead chastity
That's
belt.
it, lead, not iron. Lead chastity
Well, you just
belt.
hide in a fridge like Indiana Jones while you're at it.
Well, I'm going to hide in a fridge with a lead chastity belt
Wow.
just to make doubly sure.
Pete's going to be the only sterile man left on Earth.
I'm hoping so.
On that bombshell.
That bombshell. That literal bombshell. Thank you very much for listening. I've been Ben. Oh,
You fucked it up again.
fucked you up again.
You can't remember.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
I've been Claire. Keep watching Hocus Pocus 2. It can't be that bad.
And I've been Pete. Watch out for man-sized frogs in 10 years' time with
And I've
machine guns.
And I've been,
No, you fucked
no,
it up.
I've been Ben.
See you later.
I've been Ben, and I'm going to say,
This is getting
convict
edited out.
paedophiles no matter where they are.
It's getting edited out, doesn't matter.
Boom. Good night.